So much of non-monogamy is about what's going on in our minds and what makes sense for our lives, ourselves, our feelings, the way we want to live. Now, everybody's different, so everyone's mind is different, and everyone has a choice for what mindset that they want to implement in their lives. However, there are some that don't really help, but rather hurt the way that we ideally want to live our lives, particularly in our interpersonal relationships. Now, this is not a psychology channel or a sociology channel. It's not a social science channel, so we're not going to go through all the different mindsets and what that means. That's not the point today. Today, we're going to focus on two mindsets. We have scarcity and we have abundance. So we're going to talk about scarcity versus abundance mindsets and models in non-monogamous relationships, how they can trip us up, what they look like, and which one I lean toward. I'm your host, Love Goddess. All right, so we're gonna start off with definitions. A scarcity mindset, basically believes that there's not enough for everybody. There is a finite amount of resources, love, affection, time, everything that you can quantify. There is just not enough. So I need to take things for me, and if someone else takes something, then I have less. That's the gist of the definition of scarcity model. If you would like a better one, here you go. Did y'all pause or just read this for the allotted time? Whatever, put that in the comment section. Scarcity mindsets usually come about because we're afraid of something. It can be from anything that happened in our childhood or in our teenage/formative years, in relationships. It just gives us something, some sort of event gave us the impression that there is not enough to go around. No. There are a lot of systems in play that teaches us that that model is the way that the world works. You know.
And here we go.
You know, for queer people, for people of color, for women, for any marginalized group, we already know what this mindset feels like. There's not enough for you. And in non-monogamous relationships, it can be very difficult to go about your life believing that there is simply not enough for everyone here. There's not enough time. There's not enough resources. There's not enough love. There's not enough money. There's not enough. And so what I have is mine and can never be taken from me. And if I feel threatened, I'm going to do any number of things, any number of behaviors that we'll touch on in a later portion in this video. But that's scarcity mindset. Now, an abundance mindset is the belief system that there are more than enough resources. Some say even unlimited resources for everyone. So there's no need to hoard things or fight over things because there's more than enough. There's no reason. If you would like a better definition or a clearer definition, here you go. Okay. So those are the two definitions that we're going off of today for scarcity and abundance mindsets. Now, let's talk about how it shows up in non-monogamy, shall we? Yeah, I think we should. So, scarcity, now that we have a better understanding of it, it gives us the impression that there is not enough. So because there's not enough, there is a lot more aggression, there's a lot more fighting, there's a lot more conflict that could happen in non-monogamous relationships. Some of the ways that it can come up when you are acting based off of a scarcity mindset is not wanting to share your partners. Some people don't like the word share, that's why I put it in quotes. Don't do too much, don't do too much. Okay. Some people don't want to share their partners. They just feel very uncomfortable with the concept, but they might still fall into a non-monogamous relationship at some point or be around non-monogamous people. That makes it a bit difficult. I'm not gonna lie, when you don't really want to be seeing your partners or just having the knowledge that your partners are with other people, it makes it, how do I put this? The pain inside, a little part of you just dies inside. It just crumbles. It's very uncomfortable. Another way that the scarcity mindset can come about in non-monogamous relationships is having heavy to extreme boundaries for ourselves and for our partners. And really, it may not even be boundaries, it may be rules. And I will talk about the difference between boundaries and rules in non-monogamous settings in a whole different video because that's a whole doozy. So a heavy or extreme boundary really is subjective. I just want to put that out there right now. But in my opinion, one of the ways that can come up, one of the extreme or heavy boundaries for me, just put that out there, for me, is saying that my partner doesn't want to see me or interact with me sexually on the same day that I've seen another partner, because that makes them feel uncomfortable. Now, while that's a valid concern, a lot of times it can be a slippery slope. It can be really uncomfortable. It can make your partner feel like they're dirty, like they're unwanted. And that's probably not what you're thinking. You're probably thinking,
well, I just want to feel special. And I want to know that when I see you, you are clean for me. Clean for me. You are here for me. You have dedicated this time to me. I don't want to share that time with someone else because it makes me feel like I'm going to lose you.
That's one of the reasons why people continue to believe in scarcity mindsets, because it makes us feel comfortable, because it keeps us, it keeps everything in. It keeps us protected, which feels nice until you're no longer connecting with your partners, because you have boundaries and rules for yourself and them that makes it incredibly difficult. And a third way that the scarcity mindset can come up is by bringing a sense of urgency to most questions, concerns, situations. An example, because I know people are going to ask, an example could be a miscommunication between partners, which happens every day, all the time. It's normal. But instead of trying to find a middle ground or trying to pause and wait and think things through before just immediately reacting, this person reacts immediately. If they have an issue with something, they need to talk about it immediately. They might even have a rule about that. Oh, if we get into an argument, we need to resolve it within 24 hours. Everybody don't work that way. And it's really important to know how your partner responds to things like that. And being open to that. And that's where an abundance mindset can come in. Some of the ways that the abundance mindset can look like for non-monogamous people is having this sense of joy, a happiness whenever somebody is added to your life, to your partner's life, to the polycule, to the community at large. When you meet a new person, let's say a metamor, you're not upset about it. You're actually happy about it. You actually want to get to know them. You genuinely are interested in seeing where this goes because you know that you're open to it, that there is a possibility that this could go right. And that excites you instead of scares you. Another way that an abundance mindset can come up is by having flexible boundaries or porous boundaries, like I've been learning in this book that I'm reading, and I'll tell you about it probably on like my IG stories or something like that. But it allows, having flexible boundaries allows you to be transparent with your partners about how you're feeling, what you're thinking, what your goals and dreams are. And when conflicts come up, miscommunications come up, fights, things of that nature, you're able to see the other person's side a little bit better. You're able to understand them a little bit more because you're open to the idea that they know something that you don't, and you're okay with that. You're okay with knowing because there is an abundance of everything in this universe. So of course, you're gonna take that mindset and put it into your non-monogamous relationships. And a last way that we're gonna talk about today that an abundance mindset can bring to a non-monogamous person or non-monogamous relationships is being comfortable with taking things slowly. Now, that's subjective. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Slow is not the same to everyone, which is why communication is so very important. People with an abundance mindset are okay with not rushing to move in, not rushing to, do these life milestones like meeting friends, meeting family, meeting children, showing up to work events, going on trips together, vacations, commingling funds, things like that. They are okay with taking that slowly because they know they have all the time. There's so much time. There's so much time to get to know someone. There's so much time to build a relationship. So they're okay with taking it slow. They don't want to rush anything because they believe that time is there for the taking for everyone. So they're gonna take the time. Does anyone want to guess which way I lean? Hopefully editing me put something here. I lean towards abundance. The reason why I lean toward abundance is because I like being open. I enjoy people coming into my life. I enjoy new connections. I enjoy, honestly, some of the mystery of life. And I noticed that when I believed in the scarcity mindset and the scarcity models, I was less happy, always anxious. And I'm still anxious. Let's just start it. Let's put that out there. I'm still anxious. I still got it. It's still here. However, believing that I have enough time to get over my anxiety helps. Believing that my partners still want to be with me after they see or do other things and people helps me. Helps with my insecurities because we all have them. It also, honestly, frees up my time. It frees up my time to do whatever I want to do because I have partners who want that for me, and also I want that for me. I don't want to be so preoccupied with what my partners are doing, and are they still into me? Are they into this person more than me? Well, let me put this boundary on them, and let me check your other relationships, and let me do. I don't want to do all that. I don't want to do all that. There are so many things that I want to do in life, and now that I'm leaning more toward abundance, I feel like I can actually do them. So, we're Team Abundance over here. Team Abundance over here. So tell me what you think about scarcity models and mindsets versus abundance models and mindsets. What do you think? What do you lean toward? And if you believe in scarcity model, I'd love to know why. What are the benefits that you get from it that maybe I didn't touch on? Follow my social media accounts. If there's any that you really need to follow, it's my Instagram. That's where my updates are. I give an update on when videos are coming out. I might start doing Q&As if people, connect with me more. So that's your cue. That's your cue to bug the shit out of me. Bug the shit out of me. That's what I'm here for. I'll see you next week for our next wellness chat and our next education video. Just like this. Love you guys. Bye.